The people power revolutions of Tunisia and Egypt caught most people by surprise. World powers have scrambled to respond to a political landscape that's been changing sometimes by the day. Some countries have been responding more quickly than others. Here in Brussels, there has been intense debate over just how responsive the EU has been. European Union President Herman Van Rompuy says the Europeans have spoken in scattered voices about the events in Egypt. EPP Group President Joseph Daul says that Europe, the world's largest donor, is unable to speak with one voice. What voice should that be? Magdi Cristiano Allam, an Italian MEP of Egyptian origin and member of the EPP Group, says Europe should insist on respect for human rights by current and future governments.
Europe
should start understanding seriously that respect for fundamental rights of the individual, substantial democracy, are an integral and binding part of bilateral and multilateral relations. Contrary to many who called for President Hosni Mubarak to step down, Allam stresses stability and worries about Islamic extremism. Allam himself has faced a fatwa by Hamas for criticizing suicide bombers in Israel, and he lives under guard. Could the Muslim Brotherhood hijack elections? Recent history in the Middle East shows that when fundamentalists and Islamic extremists succeed in entering the halls of power, once they're inside, they obtain a monopoly of power. They use democracy to come to power, but once they are in power, they kill democracy and negate freedom.
As economic hardship was seen as the main cause of the uprising, Allam says Europe can help Egypt most by aiding the economy.
We
must support the presence of a middle class in Egypt. We must favor investments that go to sustained entrepreneurs who fill the gap between the super rich and the majority who are extremely poor.
Che colmino il divario tra una minoranza di super ricchi e di una maggioranza che è invece estremamente povera.
Tunisia may have settled somewhat, but tensions remain. The EPP Group's José Salafranca of Spain led an MEP delegation to Tunisia, where he says it's important to keep the momentum toward democracy and to avoid a power vacuum.
The European Union disposes of a panoply of funds and instruments that can offer effective support.
Mr. Salafranca also criticized Europe's difficulty in sending a clear message.
I think there is effectively justified criticism in which there is cacophony produced inside the European Union that reacted late, that didn't speak with one voice.
He believes the foreign policy chief and foreign service, recently created by the Lisbon Treaty, will in time address that issue. It was hard enough for the people of Tunisia and Egypt to rise up and shake their regimes to their foundations. It could be harder still to establish stable democratic governments. That's why international support, including that from the EU, will be so critical. For more information about our group's activities on this and other issues, please have a look at our website, eppgroup.eu. Thanks for watching, and see you again soon.